Bring it on tape. May God bless, keep you always. Okay, I'm starting a little slower than that. Okay. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do good, like others do. May you build a ladder to the stars, climb on every run, may you stay wherever you run. Okay, sing it out now. Whatever you are, whatever you are, may you stay. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth. See the light surround you. May you always be courageous. Stand upright and strong. May you stay. Okay, here we go. Whatever you done, whatever you done, may you stay. Whatever you done, may your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shake. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay. Whatever you done. Here we go. Sing it out now. Whatever you done, whatever you done, you stay. One more time on that chorus. Whatever you done, whatever you done, you stay. Whatever you done. Bring it on tape. May God bless, keep you always. Okay, I'm starting a little slower than that. Okay. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do good, like others do. May you build a ladder to the stars, climb on every run, may you stay wherever you run. Okay, sing it out now. Whatever you are, whatever you are, may you stay. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth. See the light surround you. May you always be courageous. Stand upright and strong. May you stay. Okay, here we go. Whatever you done, whatever you done, may you stay. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay. Forever young. Here we go. Sing it out now. Forever young. Forever young. You stay. Forever young. One more time on that chorus. Forever young. Forever young. You stay. Forever young. Here we go. When Irish times are smiling, sure is like the morning spring. In the midst of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish times are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish times are sad, you'll lift your heart. One more time. All right, sing it out now. When Irish times are shining, sure is like the morning spring. In the midst of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish times are happy, all the world is bright and gay. And when Irish times are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. Indian black market water in the back of a Scotsman saloon. There's red meat and whiskey like a coyote drunk on the moon. Outside the buskers all sing the same tune. There's waltzing Matilda, a bagpiper play clever.
from glen to glen, and down the mountainside. The summer's gone, and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go, and I must buy. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny Bo, I love you so. And if you come when all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I will maybe, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and say, and I'll be there for me. And I shall hear the soft dew tread above me, and all my dreams will warmer, sweeter be. If you won't fail to tell me that you love me, I'll simply sleep in peace until you come to me. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys flush and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny Bo, I love you so.
They called, the people on the ship called it Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, because you can imagine leaving home with just you and your brother. Isle of Tears, Isle of Freedom, and Isle of Fears, because now you're facing the whole new world, and it's a song about anymore. Deb's going to sing lead on this, Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears.
Well, I don't have a last name of Moore, but I do have a last name of O'Grady. And my grandparents did cross Ellis Island to come here. And my grandmother's name is Virginia Rose O'Grady. Like Rosie O'Grady, but we do call her first name, she went by Virginia. But I'm a pleasure to sing this song for you. On the first day of January 1892, they opened Ellis Island and they let the people through. And the first to cross the threshold of that Isle of Hope and Tears was Annie Moore from Ireland, who was all of 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle you left behind. That isle of hunger, isle of pain, isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on my mind. In her little bag she carried all her past and history, and her dreams for the future in the land of liberty. And courage is the passport when your old world disappears. 'Cause there's no future in the past when you're 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle you left behind. That isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind. When they closed down Ellis Island in 1983, 17 million people had come there for sanctuary. And in springtime when I came here and I stepped onto its piers, I thought of how it must have been when you're 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle you left behind. That isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle you left behind. That isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind.
I've been wild for many a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm
December.
Golden red score.
Beach में कर
And
दे.
I never will play the wild no more. It's no name, never, no more. Will I play the wild no, never, no more. I went to get I used to free. No more. Now I got a microphone that works, I can sing. Come on, guys. I need some backup from my people. Keep playing, guys. Back a little operation. And it's no name, no name, never, no more. Will I play? Will I never, no more. I took out 3 pockets and the silence of light, and the landlady's eyes opened with delight. She said, I have whiskey and wine of the best. And the words that she told me were only in jest. Everybody. And it's no name, never. No name, never, no more. Will I play, though I know no more. I'll go to the parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon your prodigal son. I'm a little drunk. And when they caress me as oft times before, and I never will play the wild, but no more. Everybody, and it's no name, no name, never, no more. Will I play? Oh, I go no more. And it's no name, never. Woo! No name, never, no more. Will I play? Though I'm over. No more.
A boy when I first heard the sound of the pipes just warmed my heart. I said, let me hear just a little, let me hear just a little bit more. And I hope when I die I can still hear this song, Irish and Scottish song. Hey, and ooh, baby, let me hear just a little bit more. And ooh, baby, don't tell me you don't like this song. I wanna be walking round this landscape, Edinburgh Castle and famous Rockland. One day I will see birds fly o'er the fields of Athlone Rye, and I cannot die sun. Sound of the pipes just warmed my heart. I said, let me hear just a little. Let me hear just a little bit more. And I hope when I die I can still hear this song, Irish and Scottish song. Hey, and ooh, baby, let me hear just a little bit more. And ooh, baby, don't tell me you don't like this song. I wanna be walking round this landscape, Edinburgh Castle and famous Rock Lake. One day I will see birds fly over the fields of Athlone and Rye, and I cannot die without ever been there. Irish and Scottish song. Hey, and ooh, baby, let me hear just a little bit more. And ooh, baby, don't tell me you don't like this song. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I get far with my girls and my friends to get out of problems in life for a while. These are the times that we mustn't forget as we fall in the air. With the sweet music in the background, I'll jump for Irish and Scottish songs. Hey, and ooh, baby, let me hear just a little bit more. And ooh, baby, let me hear just a little bit more. And I hope when I die I can still hear this song, for Irish and Scottish song. Hey! Prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, oh, they have taken you away, for you stole Trebek's home. Son the young, I see you home. Now a prison still lies waiting in the bay. Everybody sing now. Lord, I will feel about the night where once we watched the small rivers fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's a lonely on the fields of Athenry. By a lonely desert wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. And you must raise our child in dignity. Lord, I the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small rivers fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's a lonely kind of field of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the guns start fall. struggling because of lack of food. It tells a story about a young man, Michael, who goes into a cornfield of one of the counts in that area where he lived and stole some corn for his family. He was caught, he was tried, and now he's on a boat getting ready to go to a penal colony in Australia. So that was the typical punishment for people who did crimes like stealing corn and stealing food. It's set in County Galway and involves a young man who steals corn. So this has become kind of the Irish national anthem. The people there love it. During soccer matches, whether they're winning or losing, usually in the last half of the game, the crowd breaks out singing Fields of Athenry. Okay. We're going to mix it against the intro and come in on it deep. We'll figure this out as we go along here. You see the choruses there. Please sing along with the words that they have. It's called Gone the Rainbow, and it was made famous by Peter, Paul, and Mary, a great American trio. It's an Irish song that laments the sacrifice that men and women make when one of their own goes off to war. It was recorded in 1963. It was also a popular song during the Revolutionary War in America and also in the Civil War. Gone the Rainbow. Gene Jordan is going to sing. Gene Jordan and Gene are going to sing lead on this song. Let's start that riff one more time. Yeah, we'll start the riff and then you come in on the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here I sit on Buttermilk Hill. long-necked geese, some humpty-neck camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, I'm sure as you're born, that others of them all was the unicorn. God sees some sin and gave him pain. He said, stand back, I'm gonna make it rain. Said, put it on, I'll tell you what to do. Build me a floating sea. Everybody. And bring some green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-neck camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, and sure they're born. Don't you forget my unicorn. Oh, Noah was there to answer the call. He finished building ark as the rain started falling. He marched in the animals 2 by 2, and he called them as they went through. Hey Lord, I got your green alligator, your long-necked geese, your humpty-neck camels and your chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants are sure to born. I just can't find my unicorn. Oh, Noah looked up into the pouring sky. The unicorns were hiding, playing silly games, kicking and splashing while the rain was pouring. Oh, those silly unicorns. There were green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-neck camels and some chimpanzees. Noah cried, close the door to the rain is the pouring. I just can't wait for no unicorn. The ark started moving to the tide. The unicorns looked up from the rocks and cried. And watched him up and sort of lifted them away. And that's why you don't see any unicorns till this very day. But you will see green alligators and long-necked geese, some